This video is going to be a quick introduction to a powerful feature in AdapTable, our AG grid extension, called action columns. In a nutshell, an action column is a column defined by a developer when they are creating their adaptable instance, which contains a button. And that button, as we can see, can be styled and made visible and have various actions. But essentially it's an adaptable column containing a button that does something. But importantly, once that column is created, it can be used like any other column. So this is using our developer site. And here's an example here. Let's go full screen so we can see it a little bit better. And in this example here, we have three action columns. Let's do the code so you can see them here. We have one called update stars, that's this one. And what that does is it either says add star or remove star, depending on some logic, whether the language is JavaScript. It has a style, and then it also has a click. And again, depending on the button, you will either add or decrement one from this column. So here, this one is adding, and this one is removing. And you can also see we've got logic for whether it's visible and in fact whether it's disabled. So this is a standard action column which you can use to do stuff. The onClick function is really where most of the magic happens, and then you've got the ability to say whether it's hidden, disabled, etc. Then we've got a more simple one called delete row, and what that does is it just simply deletes the row. Now in fact there's probably a better way of doing that, because you can use action rows for that. That's a separate concept. But here's a very simple action column that always appears and is not styled. And finally, in this example here, we've got this column here. And what that does is it shows a TypeScript icon only for those rows where the language is TypeScript. So that's decided here in hidden. And then the button in onClick just basically goes there. So if I click here, it opens TypeScript. And then you can also, when you define them, you can say, for instance, in this example here, we've said this button can't be moved or can't be resized, but we haven't said anything about this one. So therefore, I'm able to move it. I'm able to resize it. And there's a number of other properties as well. So that's really action columns. The only really other interesting thing to show you is that you can have more than one button. So in this example here for update issues, we have two buttons, and again it's doing something similar. This one is moving the issue change down and this one's moving it up, but there's no restriction on how many buttons you have. And that is all an action column is. It's a way of encapsulating a button that you can move, but what is useful is you can now use that elsewhere. So for instance, if I want to create a new layout, I can do that. I can call it test, and when I create my columns, I can have these buttons, but I can also have any action columns I've created. So here's my update issues, and now when I finish it, you can see this column exists in this layout also. That's it. That's action columns. Very, very powerful feature, and one which we think can add value to your projects. As always, thank you for watching. If you'd like to learn more about Adaptable, please get in touch with us. We'll be happy to give you a free personalized one-to-one demo, or indeed a no obligation trial license so you can try out Adaptable with your own code and your own use cases. Thank you for watching.